Alright, hello everyone and welcome to this new segment on my channel, which I don't know if it will be a continuing segment or just a one-off thing, but I'm gonna call it casual gaming because hardcore gaming takes too much energy. So this time we're looking at a game called The Adventures of Captain Comic. This is, I believe, a game from 1988, so it's an MS-DOS game, which I actually played as a kid. I never finished it as a kid, but I did play it, and I have some nostalgia for it, even though it's an imperfect game. But I've been playing it recently, and I figured, let's record myself. So, yeah. That's what we're going to look at now. And it says here this is episode 1. There was an episode 2, but not any more than that as far as I'm aware. I might play the second game at some point, we will see. But for now we're just dealing with episode 1, Planet of Death. Entering orbit around the planet Tambi, Captain Comic, galactic hero, prepares for his impossible mission to recover treasures stolen from the planet Omsok, which is a Cosmo backwards, but yeah. Armed with only his courage, he enters the teleport chamber. And here we have a number of items we can collect and a number of enemies. And I just want to point out one thing here. You see the blue bird is called Brave Bird, and the red one is called Shy Bird. This is the biggest lying game in history, because the blue ones, the quote-unquote brave birds, are actually not that much a pain in the ass, but the red ones will attack you like the birds in Birdemic and explode, and they are so annoying. So yeah, let's start. So first off here we collect a Blastola Cola, which means we can fire. But we can't fire a lot. Like if I hammer the firing key, yeah, not a lot happening. If I keep the firing key pressed down, it will do a continuous firing, but I will need to recharge at a certain point, which you can see there's a meter on the right there. This door I can't enter yet because I need a key, and also this door is the very last thing you want to do in the game. Oops. So we need to go over here first. Like I said, I didn't finish this as a kid because I actually found it quite difficult. And a part of that I think is to figure out what order to do the levels in, because some of them you can't do yet because you need items to finish them. And as a kid I just never figured it out. The controls are, they're alright. I have played it so much now that I've gotten used to it, but I actually think like the jumping and such can be a bit clunky or clumsy, but you will get used to it. However, right now aiming at enemies is really difficult, but we will upgrade our weapon later. And if you look below the screen, the gaming screen here, you can see like symbols that look sort of like Comic's head. This is my life, so right now I have 5 out of 5 possible lives. And you can get extra lives through if you're not wounded, which I'm not right now, or well, now I am. If you're not wounded and you collect a shield, as I did earlier, you will get an extra life. If you're wounded and collect a shield, you will just regain health for your current life. But you can also get extra life through killing a number of enemies. So, as you saw earlier, I collected a key, but I didn't enter the door there because this door is actually a better starting point. And here I can upgrade my weapon, and we can actually go both right and left here. We will find other doors in both directions, but it's best to start this way, because here we will find things we need. Oops. So basically what I'm doing is just fire every time I jump, because there will be enemies coming at you all the time, and I don't know, sometimes you just can't react. I mean, I don't know if just me, if I'm just slow at reacting, but I think it's not a good idea to just walk and wait for the enemies to turn up. You sort of have to fire in advance, and hopefully you kill them. Oops. I think the levels here are for the most part pretty well designed. There are a couple of instances, one of which we will see pretty soon, where you can't actually see where you're going. It's going to be in this level here. But now we've upgraded our firing ability to firing 4 fireballs at the same time. So this is good. This will make things much easier. This level I actually really like. I like the design of it. And I liked it really as a kid as well. The moon environment just looks really cool, I think. So here, here you can't actually see where you're going. And you just have to take a leap of faith and hope that it will lead you right, which it did. But those kinds of things I don't like in a game, where you have to guess that, oh, I should probably jump here, even though I can't see what I'm jumping to. I don't think modern games really do that, so that's I don't know if it's a testament of this game's age, but I guess maybe it is. Because 88 is very early on in gaming history, so I guess there's some things we just haven't figured out yet. Overall, I do like this game, even though I am kind of looking at it through nostalgia goggles, as you say. But I do find it fun. The sounds, though, are kind of annoying. I mean, by now you have probably grown weary of the sound of me firing, but yeah, you just have to get used to that. So that was one of the items we need to collect. The first one. And here, if we go right up here, we will actually get to a shield, but I am already at max health and max life, so I don't gain much on doing that. So we will need to go in this direction. This level is where I got stuck at as a kid because I couldn't figure it out. This is a bit of a labyrinth, honestly. There's a lot of doors, and you need to go through the doors in a certain order, which I just never quite figured out as a kid. But I have figured it out as an adult. So right now we need to go all the way to the left to pick up an item that we need. It's a weapons upgrade, which will make it so we can kill the blue balls, which we can't kill right now because they're too close to the ground for us. But this weapon upgrade will actually instead of firing in a straight line, it will make us fire in a zigzag pattern, which is really good. So there you go. This is really useful. So the exit to the level is actually up here, but you can't jump up there. So we need to get there through other means, which means entering a number of doors. On the first of these doors we need to get to is over here. It's the one down there. Oops. I need to pay better attention. I guess talking and gaming at the same time is more difficult than I thought. Anyway. So, did you hear when I like enter there? That's basically a checkpoint. So if you die now, that's where I will start playing next. So that's good to know. And also when you enter or exit a door, that's basically a checkpoint as well. Here we're entering into part of the level I actually think looks pretty cool, because I mean we are, I think, in some sort of space station, but it's abandoned, so this part here is like really broken down, and there's a lot of things that can hurt you because you can fall down, oops, and die everywhere. So there's some thoughts gone into the level design here, I think, which is really nice. And there's another item we need to collect, so getting it on here. So now, where we got out is almost where we left here earlier. So this is the rocket that we entered when we went to the moon. So now we need to continue in this direction and go to another level. This honestly I think is one of the more difficult levels here in the game, because well, I died, but it has, I think, just more difficult enemies and more difficult jumps to make, which I'm gonna show you earlier. Okay, so this is an item we need to get, but we can't get it right now because we need to find some other stuff first. Those, like, the green things here, I don't know what they're called. They are not that difficult, but the bees are a pain in the fucking ass. Because they will follow you to the end of the earth, basically. Fucking bees. I hate those bees. I really do. Not the bees. That's a Wiki Man reference for you. And not the good Wiki Man, the bad one, the remake. At least I think it's from Wiki Man. Anyway, so this is the thing we want. This is a teleportation wand. So now we can do this. And preferably not die. But I actually think that's a good thing, because then we can exit through this door. If we continue to the right here, or no, not to the right, to the left, we actually get to the point here. I'm gonna show you, just a minute. Okay, so if we had continued to the left there, we would have just gotten, you know, up there. But now we can enter through this door and teleport up there, get the item, and then if we continue to the left here, we will come from the right here. So I'm not gonna go in that direction because I don't need to, but basically everything here is connected in some way. You don't need to explore the whole level, really. So that's all from that level. Oops. So now we need to get back to like the beginning of this level and beyond, because there's a door there we need to get through. So, like I mentioned earlier, going into this game blind, which is what I did as a kid, it is actually quite difficult, because you don't really know what you're supposed to do or what order to do the levels in and such. But now as an adult I have figured it out, and now it's actually quite easy. But as a kid it was not that easy. Because the level we're going into now, and also the levels we're entering later, we actually need the Teleportation Wand to be able to continue in them. We could earlier enter the levels, like go through the doors to them, but we would have reached dead end pretty early, because without the Teleportation Wand it would have been impossible for us to finish them. So that the wand is very important to get. And the level we're gonna enter soon. Okay, so this is the door we got in through, and then there's another door over here we need to go now. Oops. And when we finish this level we will actually exit through a door we saw earlier, the one where we collected the key in the beginning. So we'll exit through that one, and then the last level will be where we started, the very, very first door we saw, as I mentioned. Oops. That was a mistake. Okay, so I actually tried to use, or to not overuse the Teleportation Wand, because it's very easy to like teleport into an area with lots of enemies and you may not be ready to react to them and such, so don't overuse it, is my advice. I mean, sometimes you do really need to use it, but don't do too much. It's actually kind of good that you can teleport, or not teleport, but fire through walls sometimes. That would actually be kind of useful, because the enemies can't get through the walls, and I need to pay more attention here, because I'm soon dead again. Oh, fucking bees. I hate those bees. So yeah, anyway, have any of you played Captain Comic as a kid? I would love to hear from you, what you think of it. I'm kind of enjoying it. So, like I said, it's an imperfect game. Okay, so here I need to teleport into there, but it's actually... Alright! There I managed to do it in the first try, because it's not always I actually manage to teleport up here, and I don't know why, it's weird. But yeah, anyway. Enter through that door. Kill a bunch of enemies. It's actually 4 lives. I have 4 lives left right now, and we are on the second to last level here. That's pretty good. I mean, you do need to preserve your lives because if this is your first game, your first time playing the game, you're gonna need those lives. I mean, for me, it doesn't look that difficult maybe, but I played through it several times now for the past week as practice, so I have it figured out. But yeah, first time playing it, it's gonna be difficult. So here, as you see, I'm firing through the walls, which is really useful. And this level here might look like a bit of a labyrinth, but really isn't, because you can't go up there. So there's really only one way for you to go. It's fairly self-explanatory. There you go. Here would be a shield for me to collect. So now I am at max energy and max life. That's really good. That's the way we want it. Okay, now I'm wounded, but it's pretty good anyway. I like that there's a big variety of level designs as well. I mean, we started in like a forest, and then we were on the moon, on a space station, and now we're, I don't know, somewhere else. So I do like the level designs actually, at least as far as theme goes. And I also kind of like the enemies, the look of the enemies in this level, even though I don't know what they're supposed to be. I mean, they're just sort of abstract shapes, but I don't know, I think they look neat, honestly. Whoops. So this game, first comic game anyway, was originally shareware, which means that it didn't have like an actual official release. It was more, well, as the name implies, it was just shared from person to person, and that's how you got it. And today I believe it's abandonware, so you can find it like everywhere, and whoops, legally so. That jump there is actually a bit tricky because you need to get between those two platforms. No! Fuck's sake. Okay, so it's quite evidently it's quite easy to make mistakes here. Even though if you have practiced as much as I have. So here you need to get between those. Oh, and there is an item we need to get. And now we're getting close to the end of this level. There. So that was where we collected the key in the beginning of the game, and now we need to get to the very, very beginning of the game. This part here I think is actually the most boring one, because it's just trees and birds. And the birds are a pain in the ass. Like, I mean, I think the birds in Cosmic Adventure is annoying. That's another game, by the way. A pretty good game. But those birds are annoying. But the birds in this one is worse. So much worse. Especially those red, pinkish birds. I mean, those are a pain in the ass. Pain in the ass, I tell ya. Here we go. The last level, and that's up there is the last item we need to get. And I died. Just too much things going on. And that was a stupid mistake. Alright. I think I need to go up here now. So here's also a number of doors you need to get through. This game really likes doors. And yeah, like I said, if you go into this game blind, those doors will be really confusing. As it was for me as a kid. But luckily you have me to show you the way here in this video. Fucking balls. And we are nearing the end here, I believe. And I'm also soon dead. Well, I was soon dead. But then I remembered there was a shield there. Which, they're actually kind of hidden. Fucking bees! They will follow you all the time. Okay, so this part here I actually think is kind of nice. Because they're like banners for some of the enemies you met in the game. I actually think they look kind of nice. And it signifies the end of an adventure. If I don't die before that. And there we go. The end of the game. Alright, so yeah, it says here, satisfied with his recovery of the stolen treasures, Captain Comic teleported back to his space cruiser to begin the long journey home, totally unaware of the dangerous adventures that lie ahead in episode 2, Fractured Reality. Yeah, I think, yeah, they made an episode 2, but I don't think they ever made an episode 3, unfortunately. But anyway, that was it from me this time. Share in the comment section down below if you play this game, what you think of it. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I can totally understand why you may hate it, because it can be annoying, but it can also be a whole lot of fun. So comment down below, like and subscribe and all that, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.